Hey guys! We wanted to do a short video of either the books we've been reading, have read, or want to read in the future. Just something fun to get you guys more into what we do on our downtime, or when we're helming, or when we don't want to talk to each other.
So let's start out with books we have read, both of us, Kelsey and I.
We have a lot of the same interests in books, which is really cool. One of my favorites, probably one of your favorites, is Swell. This girl, Captain Liz Clark, this girl takes you on a roller coaster of her life. She sailed for about 8 to 10 years by herself. I mean, just inspiration for everybody.
And then the second one is this girl who swam to Antarctica. She swims all these channels and it's very inspiring. Makes me want to swim and push myself more physically.
If you enjoy traveling, want to travel, have traveled, The Alchemist is the book for you. I can't tell you enough how much I love this freaking book. It's really good. I forced Jessica to read it. What'd you think?
It was good. Easy read.
Yeah, it's pretty short. You have to dig a little deeper, kind of find out what it's about, but it's a good one. A must read.
Next book is She Explores. This is good for women, inspiring women to get active and get out there.
Live a life of adventure.
Very easy read. Nice pictures.
Yep. One of my favorite books that my mom got me is just a simple daily quote book by Honu from Good Morning America. She knows how to speak to your soul. Every day she comes up with just something that you can relate to. Today's quote is, "Be here now." Easy.
Books we're going to read are the Caribbean Islands, because we're going to the Caribbean. Alright, Ryan, your turn.
Alright, the books I'm reading when I have time. So, Passages South, Gentleman's Guide to Passages South. This is the Van Zandt book, basically the book about the thorny path and how to get south. I heard mixed reviews on whether or not it was worth reading. I think it's worth reading. The first half of the book is kind of strategic, and then the second half of the book is tactical with regard to specific islands from Florida down to the Caribbean. I found the strategies useful, and then I'm going to read the tactics of like island to island as we're cruising. I think it's worthwhile. How to Read Water is a book that I found. I highly recommend that any sailors read this one. It taught me how to open my eyes and understand what's going on with the water. It demystified it a bit for me, and a lot of the waves are pretty much the scariest thing with regard to being out in the open water and storms and stuff like that. So this book taught me how to read, basically made water a lot more predictable and taught me how to learn on my own in the future. A book that I started reading this summer, I haven't finished it, but I fully intend to when I finish these other books, The Rigger's Apprentice. I only got maybe 100 pages into this book and learned some good knots and learned a lot more about lines, the ropes on the boat and how they work, running rigging, standing rigging, and again, took some of the mystery out of how strong is rope, what can it do, what can it hold up to, am I going to break my boat if I subject it to too much wind with too much sail. So this book demystifies what your boat's capable of. And then the last book, this is the one I'm actively reading. Modern Marine Weather is kind of referenced in the Van Zandt book, the Thorny Path book. Referenced in that book. So I looked it up. There's a couple different weather books. I got this one because it seemed most up to date. I didn't want the typical book that was just like, hot air goes up and cumulonimbus clouds are bad. I wanted something that explained it to me so that I could make my own judgment calls with regard to local weather and be able to read weather forecasts better. And it's kind of like a school book. It's not a light read. It's definitely educational. I'm honestly only able to get through a handful of pages a day because, well, A, it's dense, and B, I really want to ingest it. But I feel like this book has taught me more about weather than I've pretty much ever learned ever so far. Very, very, very useful book. And I think any self-sufficient sailor needs to understand the weather, and this book gets you there. So those are my books.
What's Kira reading?
Kira, what are you reading?
Moana.
Her favorite.
Hey.
Good job!
Yay.
So basically, Jessica and I read all the cool stuff, and Ryan knows how to get us places. Just kidding. They're all awesome.
Link to these books is below. See you next time.
Well.